Okay. Okay.
I must update it then.
This is Kiara, and you are checking out the 3 Count podcast.
Hit him with a 3 count. Pin him to the ground and the crowd go wild, man down, know what y'all like. Hit him with a 3 count. On the top row, crowd already know how I fly him to the.
Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and a podcast show. Down the roster, introducing first the landlord of the Dog Pound. He is the Red Dog, Cliff Miller. And introducing next, he is my little brother. He's a drip master, Drip JJ.
Drip driving, got the love vibing. Thanking the sidewalks for keeping me off the streets, chitty banging. Security every day in.
Oh, wow. Homie got a new security job, and now he added that to his thing. Okay.
What up, Paul Blart?
Oh.
That was funny. And introducing next, he is Cliff's best friend. He's the host of our show. He is the diabetic one, El Diabito himself, live and in color, in the flesh. Lou,
It's
the
me,
franchise.
the diabetic one. Coming back at you.
Y'all are wild. And ladies and gentlemen, we got a special guest here. Right, same. So I'm just going to keep it going. So guess what? He's on TikTok. He's funny as hell. He's on IG. Check him out. 3 Count.
Well, it's going pretty good.
On,
I don't have anything as cool as what you guys all just did. Feel very underprepared. I got nothing, but I'm very excited to be here.
Oh, man. We're glad to have you here. It's always fun to have somebody come on the 3 Count podcast and, talk some shit about wrestling. So we're glad to have you on here.
Oh, I'm pumped to be here, man. All I've ever trying to do is get people to talk wrestling with me, and it's not easy in this LA town, I'll tell you.
Oh. Man, well, you came to the right place, because that's all we do here is talk shit, and we talk about wrestling while we're at it. So, you're in the
I'm
right
pumped.
place.
The only problem is I will say I'm very positive about wrestling. So I'm probably going to end up being disappointing. I'm probably going to be like, they're great. What they're doing is awesome. And you guys are going to be like, you're ruining the show. But that is my style.
That's okay. That's okay.
We got a white Chaz with us this time. Yeah.
I take that as an honor.
So let's get through our announcements before we get started. Anthony's already started with me. Cliff, what's on the agenda for now entering the ring? That is so true. We are the unofficial podcast of AW Dark because everybody on AW Dark has been on our show, low key. This past week, Waves and Curls, Trayvon Jordan, and Jalen Brandon were just on Dark. You still want to fight them?
Logan
Yeah,
Pecon.
so definitely. That's fact. Yep, Roman. Yeah, he's been on there. We've had a bunch of people. So definitely check out our other show, Now Entering the Ring, and go check our website out, 3countpodcast.com. That's the number 3. Don't type in 3 like an idiot because you won't find our podcast. The number 3. Anything 3 Count Podcast is on the website. If you want to find out our recent episodes, it's on the website. If you want to find out our merch, it's on the website. Our bios on everybody on the podcast on the website. Everything's on the website. Go check out the website and check out our shop on Pro Wrestling Tees. Pro Wrestling Tees /3 Count Pod. That's the number 3. Don't be an idiot and type in THREE. You won't find us. So get an awesome shirt that I got one. Lou has one, and Red Dog. He's got all our shirts, almost all of them, right there in the background. So go.
He's our mascot.
He is our mascot. So go get yourself a 3 Count Podcast T-shirt. And so like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Clapper. What else? What else we got? We got everything. No,
You're on Grindr.
I am not on. You know what's funny? I'm not on there. You might find me on other apps like that, but not Grindr. So yeah, go follow. Yeah, that's facts. It took me forever to get on TikTok, so it took me baby steps. So if you're listening to the podcast audio version, which will be on Monday, so tomorrow, which is yesterday, if you're listening to this on the podcast, make sure you subscribe. Give us a 5-star Frog Splash review on Apple Podcasts. Share with us to all your friends. You know somebody that likes wrestling. Everybody knows at least one person that likes wrestling. Share our podcast with them. I promise you they'll enjoy it. So with that, let's get down to business. Let's get started with the match of the week.
To be honest, so far, what I expected. Feel very. This is about it. This is standard. This is good. You guys doing good. This is awesome.
Where's your 3 pound? Where's your shirt at? Why don't you have a 3?
I'm here recording.
What's that website again?
So I also just moved 2 days ago. So I am literally in box. If you see behind me, it's boxes. It's a nightmare over here.
I'm just joshing you, man. Thanks for being on, though.
No, man, you got me.
It's funny thing is, so JJ's, he's working right now, right? He's got a job, his first ever job. I'm gonna embarrass my little brother for a minute. Oh, and he's out in the business. Maybe you can figure that out. And I bet you he didn't even pack his 3 Count shirt. And he's quiet, so he knows because I'm right, because he didn't. I know my brother. He didn't even pack it. No. Damn well that he's going to be on the show every week. Yeah. So let's get with the match of the week. I'm not going to bully him today. Match of the week. Cliff, what you got? Because you're the number 1 for the power ranking. So match of the week.
Love is back. Angelina Love, I'm definitely watching it now.
I did not expect you to say that. When you said it ROH and you talk about the women's tournament, that's not the match I thought you were going to say. But I watched that match. I am going to say that match because
it was devastating to. She realized he was talking about it the other match. You watched the replay of that moment. You were so pumped, and then he said the thing. You're like, just your disappointment.
It's like you went to eat a chocolate chip.
We had a conversation about this match. We had a conversation about this match, and so I was like, okay, Cliff probably. I know Cliff watched it, and I'm like, all right, cool. We have the same one, but it's cool. Angelina Love. It's you can never go wrong with Angelina Love. So. All right, cool. All right, Lou, match of the week.
My match of the week is I'm going to give a shout out to our boys, Waves and Curls, showing it up on AEW. That's my match of the week.
Okay, my match of the week will be Tamina and Natalya.
Got up so fast and left.
Wow.
Yeah. And yes, I am not trolling. That is my match of the week. I'm standing by that statement.
Come back, Jazz.
Nobody's gonna like mine, but as I warned everybody, I'm a basic guy. I only have I don't know your cool man side on once, but I will say I thought Young Bucks SC was not bad. It's just well done, great story, well told. I loved it.
Us.
Well, because early on, Red asked me. He was like, "Who are your favorite wrestlers?" And I was like, "Listen, man, you're talking to a very simple mark over here. It's the big people, the ones who are the best are the ones I like. I don't have like a cool name." I was like, AEW is really the matches people tell me to catch weekly, but it's like the amount of content that company puts out a week. It's like a man has to have a job. A man has to work. It's impossible to do. But AEW I catch every week, and I like Young Bucks SU. Just sensational this week.
That was a good match. It was, and I hate the Young Bucks. But I give them their credit when it's due. And sometimes they do put on fire matches, and them versus SCU. That
was a good match until they fucked it up with the whole "I'm sorry, I love you."
Yeah, I liked that. Yeah, I loved that moment. Loved that. It was such a funny. Yeah,
they're such big fucking fangirls of Shawn Michaels. Like the whole put the part that he put through. I'm like,
a classic moment.
I'm gonna say
I love
Chaz.
Thank you.
Fuck the Young Bucks.
I'm always down to say fuck the Young Fucks.
Right now. Yeah.
So my match of the week, it's ROH this past Wednesday. Their Women of Honor tournament is coming up, and I gotta go with Trish Adora, my world champion, going one-on-one with Miranda Elise. That match was really, really good, and I'm excited to see both ladies in the Women of Honor tournament, and hopefully, she does good in tournaments. Wink, wink, cough, cough. So, yeah, match of the week. All right, moving on. Let's get to the debate topic. So, first debate topic: Rhodes, ladies and gentlemen. Cody Rhodes delivered this promo this past Wednesday night on Dynamite. Go look it up if you have not seen it or heard it. It's been the talk of the wrestling Twitter, the IWC this past week. A lot of people are calling it insensitive. A lot of people calling it out of touch. Some people said it fell flat. Pretty much he promoted and he announced the match that he will be facing at Double or Nothing But everything before that, everyone had a problem with. So the debate topic is, did Cody's promo fall flat? Let's go with, start with you, Anthony, then we'll go Cliff, then we'll go JJ, then Danny, then I will come in after everybody. So go ahead, Anthony.
No, I actually like that promo. Imagine that. Shut the fuck up, Chaz. I don't mind any of the shit that he said. Like, there's nothing insensitive. Did he make fun of Anthony Ogogo because he's here on a work visa? Absolutely. But that shit got me fucking pumped. Like, the American Nightmare turning into an American Dream for one night? Yes, sir. Let's go. Listen, I'm with you. I stood up and I felt like a saluting my general. Let's go. Fuck. Send me to England. Let's fight these fucking Kurds.
Goodness.
No, there's actually a girl on TikTok that tries with everything with ranch. She's cool too. I got you, girl. I don't fucking know your name, but
I go with JJ.
So I guess my turn. If you kind of took the words out of my mouth, it just was like, I feel like it just didn't connect to me, I guess, in a way. I didn't like the promo. I thought it was meh. It's just too many directions. And then even with Cliff, no, you're not. It's going to take more than just one person. And it's like you're overlapping, two different realities. Me personally, like I didn't feel it. I'm like, you're trying to promote this match, but then talking about your daughter and all that, it's just it didn't sit right with me. It just felt like he was going all over the place instead of focusing on what was the main point of the promo, which was to sell us the match. Yes, that's how I'm going to go for it. It's hard to articulate it, honestly, but that's how I personally felt about Cody's promo.
But that's how you feel about all AEW things. Athletes,
what we call Planned Parenthood.
Why? What does
I knew you were
that
going to
mean?
fucking go that way because you hate everything AEW because you're a WWE Vince McMahon mark.
Look, so our one and only Dark Lord Damien, he hates.
You're trying to be like Damien. I got it.
Yes, we need Damien. So basically, with Damien, he calls AEW Planned
You gotta
Parenthood.
give context behind Damien. So Damien grew up in the golden era. Okay, he's the Hulkamania, eat your vitamins, say your prayers era. So you gotta put that. He's that fan. Let's just put that. I think that's all.
What a simple time.
Yeah, I think that's all that needs to be said.
So basically,
He hates it.
I'm basically going off what Damien says when he says
He
Planned
reads
Parenthood.
what happes, and then he goes, oh,
Yeah, he actually
So
does.
does
Yeah.
JJ.
Oh, please! Sometimes I do watch it.
If Roman Reigns made that exact same promo, word for word, you'd be like, it's the best thing ever, Roman. It's the best thing ever.
No, I wouldn't.
Go ahead, Danny.
Bullshit.
Go ahead. Say it.
So my issue with this entire promo was I don't know what it's. They're trying to figure out a way to make this match interesting between him and a go-go. A go-go isn't getting over. It's just not happening. I thought QT got over. I thought the QT story was working, but a go-go is not over. And the truth is, Cody Rhodes is, in my humble opinion, top 5 promos right now working. The guy is, to me, I could listen to him cut a promo on a carrot. I think he's just phenomenal. He's sensational at it. He gets real. The way he can sell true emotion is unbelievable. The problem is they basically had him cut a promo to try to create a reason, and everybody's rooting for Cody. Cody's over. We all root for Cody no matter what. He's trying to create a reason why a go-go is a villain. And basically he was trying to cut a promo to make us hate a go-go because a go-go I didn't understand why a go-go wasn't cutting his own promo. And when you put the greatest promo, or maybe right now, in that box where you have to basically cut a promo for someone else to create a reason, you're bending over backwards to make it work. And that's what I felt when I was watching that promo. So I was like, man, he's bending over backwards to make us care about this match. And he's trying to cut up. He's basically cutting a promo for a go-go. He's cutting a promo to make us care about a go-go, and I don't think it worked. And I think from initially the second AEW brought in a go-go, they treated him like it was Ronda Rousey, where we all were going to be like, "Oh, of course! Oh my gosh, what a huge get!" But it's like he isn't that. Nobody, it just isn't working. So, offensiveness aside, my issue with the promo was I don't know what we gained at the end of that promo, other than an attempt to try to get the other person over, when the truth is what needs to happen is either a go-go needs to cut a promo or QT needs to cut a promo on his behalf and make us understand why we're supposed to care about this match.
I agree. So, right. I got to agree with that because the thing with me, when I watch the promo, and I agree with Cody can cut a promo on anything, and he can sell me. If he wants to sell me a match between a brick and a feather, he can sell me a match with a brick and a feather, and he can say that the brick's going to beat the feather or the feather. I believe it. So I agree with that. I lie to you not. I think I texted my tag part. I texted Prince, and I said this out loud. I was watching the promo, and I'm like, "What the fuck is he talking about?" That was legit what I said out loud. I'm like, "Where is he going with this?" Because when he went on and talked about, his daughter, and my daughter is going to be born of white, and she's going to be black, and she's going to know. I'm like, are you about to lead a civil rights movement?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I'm like, okay. I'm like, maybe are we doing something? I thought the promo was going to be about Brandy and, the daughter and his kid. And then the last 2 minutes, he was like, Anthony Ogogo, I'll see you at Double or Nothing. I'm like, you did all that to get to that?
I know.
And it's just, it was wild to me. And here's the thing, I don't think it was any like offensive or anything. I agree. I don't think the promo, did what it was supposed to do. I agree with Danny. Like, They should have had Anthony go out there, not Anthony like Lou Anthony, like Anthony Ogogo cut a promo on Cody. I would have rather seen that because all we've seen Anthony Ogogo do is, that gut punch, boom, and that's it. And you would think, okay, he's this, boxer, type, like that would do something, but it's not getting over. And that's the real thing is that he's not getting over. Let's be honest, as a raise of hand, who think Anthony Ogogo can really pose a threat against Cody Rhodes? Raise your hand.
One punch.
Shut up, Anthony.
No.
Shut up. It's like, yeah. So instead of having Cody cut this whole dramatic promo trying to be, Dr. Umar Cody Rhodes and everything, they should have, You done?
Mexican.
But like, it's just this match. I'm not excited to see this match. This promo did not make me excited to see this match. All in all, like
exactly
after watching this promo, I was not pumped. Like, oh shit, let me go. I can't wait to Double or Nothing. Like, I'm not gonna like this promo didn't edge me to pay $50 to go see this match. Like, it didn't sell me that, and I just feel like they could have done it so many other ways.
I agree.
That ain't it, Chief. That ain't it.
They gotta to me, it's like it's something with stand up I always do where I'm like, before I do a show, I'm like, what's the point of this set? Even if it's 10 minutes for 5 people, what are we trying to gain? At the end of this set, what did we learn? Maybe it's trying in the middle. I'm going to try like there's times, and my fiance knows this when I do stand up, there's times I'm doing 45 minutes and it's about 5 minutes in the middle. It's one new joke in the middle. That is the entire set is about that 5 minutes in my mind. That's what I'm excited about. When I look at that promo, I went, what was the purpose? And the purpose was to get over another wrestler with another person doing a promo on his behalf. That is a dangerous goal and a very difficult one. And it didn't work.
Yeah. It did, yeah.
Whoa. So who you were in
As far as Anthony Ogogo and Cody?
Yeah.
I mean, I've been watching. Listen, ever since I went pro, I've been studying Cody's matches. I'm going for Cody.
Cody's.
I have no reason to cheer for Anthony Ogogo because they have not shown me why I should cheer for him. Even if he's playing the heel role, even if he's playing the heel role, I have no reason to, because all I've seen from Anthony Ogogo is that he got this one good punch. Who that sound like? Please. Like
Bart Gunn.
I was going to say me, but. Duffing season.
Nice try. So did mine.
Are you trying to say my duff punch? Listen, I finished the match last week and won from that duff punch. What are you talking about?
And not brass knuckles.
Oh, you use brass knuckles, you piece of shit.
Love you, bro.
Final thoughts on Cody Rhodes promo.
Let's go to war with England. Let's fucking do it. Fuck you guys.
Somebody needs to get a go-go or QT needs to do a promo next week and fix it.
I agree.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. Like something, yeah.
This is why we brought you on. Talk some sense into us stupid idiots.
Positive. Keep it positive. That's what I do. I'm also not you guys are actual talent. I'm just a comic. You guys know more than me.
I'm too fat and I have diabetes.
That could be an angle. That could work. That could work. Yeah, I'm in. I'll take, as someone who watches a lot of wrestling, I will genuinely take that character over big, strong guy walking to the ring who's a big, strong guy. I will take that. I will take a thing over just like, over that where I'm like, yeah, I get it. You're big. They're all big. All wrestlers are big to me. I'm a tiny Jew. You're all huge. I don't need another big guy who's just big.
Jazz, we got another Jew on the show.
Like you gotta have Jews. Gotta have Jews on the show. Very important. Not a lot of us in wrestling, I'll tell you right now.
Very inclusive.
I'm honored.
I would not call Chaz one of the best talkers.
MJF.
That is true. He's unbelievable. It is true. He is I love watching him talk.
Absolutely. Uncircumcised motherfucker.
Anyway, all right, moving on. We got, all right, temp check. Time to take the temperature. All right, temp check. Hottest wrestler going into this week. All right, here's mine. I got mine. Cesaro. Hottest wrestler going into this week. Cesaro tonight. Wrestlemania Backlash. I think so. This will probably give my pick for later for if I had the pencil, but I don't think Cesaro's winning tonight. You're not gonna take the belt off of the my tribal chief, your tribal chief, the man that sits at the head of the table.
Not my tribal chief. Oh, don't.
But I do believe that this is going to enhance Cesaro and push him to that next level. So, but Cesaro definitely hottest wrestler going into this week. Cliff, temp check.
That was almost my pick. That was almost my pick for match of the week. That was also a great match.
It was. That was a good match. It was weird hearing it was weird. It was weird because I'm so used to him going to. It was weird. I was like, okay. I got so accustomed to hearing his his AEW theme. It was just like, this is not right.
Yeah, it took me a while to figure out. I was like, oh yeah, that's a famous song that I for sure know.
Right. Like, it took me like a minute. Got money. He paid for the rights. I forget, Yeah. Tony Khan can do that and just spend his money to pay for rights. Yeah. I need Moxley versus Jody. That's what I need. After you saw the video on Twitter when Jody, yeah, I need that. So at least at one point. El Diabito. Time to take the temperature. Temp check.
So who is the hottest wrestler right now in my books? Miro.
Oh.
The new TNT champion, man. After kicking the shit out of Kip, he kicked the shit out of Darby, man. That dude's right where he needs to be right now.
I ain't mad at that. I have problems with that booking, but I'm not mad at that pick. Okay, so we'll get to that. Let me get it. I'll tell you. We'll get to that. Danny, temp check.
So I literally was going to go, but I think it speaks to how much I liked that booking, that my pick was going to be Darby Allin. I think Darby Allin comes out of that match as hot as he was. Now I think he needs a couple weeks. His body has got to be just broken in half over these past this past month has been ridiculous.
He's carried it. He's carried the brand.
Carried it.
Him and John Moxley carried that brand.
And him losing to Miro does nothing to hurt his credibility. Miro's a monster. He comes back in a couple weeks to one of the biggest pops. They're probably going to save it for one of the live shows. It's going to be a massive pop. I think Darby is on a rocket ship right now. And I think that speaks to why I like that booking, because both wrestlers won. Both wrestlers came out of that great. Miro should be, is literally, I think they tried to make him a side character. Everybody was like, this guy's too good. Now he is where he belongs, which is every week, main event or something like it. And for Darby, it's time for him to go to the moon. He should be looking to the championship.
JJ, Tep Jack, who do you got?
Roman Reigns.
Oh, my connection's unstable. Can you guys still hear me?
We got you. We can hear you.
Can you still hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Thank God.
Okay. So Mina and Natalia. Boom.
I feel like you're not taking this seriously. Feels like you're not taking the game seriously. And it upsets me on behalf of the podcast that I've only been on for 30 minutes, but now I feel like as a regular, I have to say that you're not respecting everybody else here.
No, that's the best pick in the game right now.
Thank you. Do you want to know why? Think about it. Over 10 years working and clawing, being the bodyguard to everybody. And now, a champion. Not the 24/7 champ, not that piece of garbage. Or should I say the R-Truth champ? A champ, finally, after so long. This is what wrestling is for, to create moments such as this with Tamina, who deserves it.
I like that your internet tried to save us
what
from this.
wrestling is about.
So, with that being said,
I'm sticking by this pick right too.
That's fine. You can stick by that pick. That's fine. So, like I was saying, I'm gonna tell you why I have the issue with the booking with the Miro and Darby. So I like the fact that Miro won. And if that was the case, my only thing is, what was the point of having Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page for the past couple weeks beat the crap out of Darby? Like, Scorpio Sky won that Face of the Revolution, right? He won that match. He had his match, he lost. But where, like, did that stop now that Darby's not champion? Like, I feel like that there should have been a match and then have Miro take the belt off of Darby. It feels like it's just a plot hole there. Whereas, what does Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky do? Like, do they continue to beat the crap out of Darby after this?
Now they're gonna book. Now they're gonna book Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page versus Sting and Darby.
But why couldn't we do?
Because when they did it with Team Taz in that warehouse, the title wasn't on. Was the title online?
No.
No.
I think so.
So it's a waste of a booking for a title match at a pay-per-view. Well, now you can book that tag team match and still book the TNT title match.
Okay. If you put it that way, I get that. I can get with that. Okay. I can get with that. I can get with that. I don't think that's the way they were probably thinking, but I can get with that. I can get with that, Anthony. I can get with that.
Fuck, we need to push this shit to Tony Khan. I need a new job, man. I could be a writer for you, buddy.
Oh, they need all the help they can get sometimes.
Fucking better than the shit WWE puts out. Fucking.
It is better. No, you're absolutely right.
The tribal chief.
Okay, that's the best shit that's been going on for the past year.
Unbelievable.
Not
That's
my
like,
fucking tribal chief. My tribal chief is El Chapo.
Tribal chief is El Chapo.
And he is in El Jailho.
He's the head of the table out there. Just remember that.
He said El Chapo. Like, you know what? This man gotta go away.
I love you, Joaquin. I can't wait to get out. You get out, homie. Sneak out to the bed in the laundry.
Yo. I can't with this man.
He's the real chitty bang.
Whose man is this?
Yours. That's your man.
Don't you put this curse on me, Ricky Bobby. He's not my man. Pass this dude around.
That's your man.
I am not
your best friend.
Lou, let's be 100%. I've known you since high school.
I'm married.
You are 100% a slut.
If I'm a slut, you're a slut.
This coming from the dude who legitimately says that $20 is $20 and he'll do anything that you ask for, to include a ZJ.
If you don't know the ZJs, you can't afford it.
I don't like what happened here, and I don't approve of any of it.
That's our positive way of talking. That's how we do.
My gosh. All righty. So moving on to our next debate topic, or our last debate topic before we get into our favorite game, If I Had the Pencil. So the Usos, Jimmy just came back, not this week, but the week prior. And it sparked a debate in the internet wrestling world. And they were saying that now that the Usos are back, the Usos can finally take on the mantle of being the best tag team on the planet that was previously held by the Young Bucks. So, and I think it was even a quote saying that all the praise you were giving the Young Bucks this past year, you're supposed to give it to the Usos. So the topic that we're going to talk is, are the Usos the best tag team, all around best tag team? Let's go with you. Let's start with you, Cliff. Then we'll go Danny, then Lou, then I'll go. And if Josh comes back, he'll be at the end.
I 100% agree with the statement that the Usos are the best tag team all around. Mic work, tag work, whatever you throw at them, they always knock it out of the park. 100%. I have no other reason to believe. And some people, and you know what? It was interesting because I brought the same question up to Q, Quayshawn, not JJ. So Quayshawn Alexander, one of our guests, he also trains with us. He legitimately was like, well, what about the New Day? And I was like, to be real, the Usos have been killing it with other tag teams before the New Day became a thing and really took off. But because the New Day became a thing and we're also doing a lot of good stuff, that was enhancing what was going on with Jimmy and Jay. I was like, and even when we talk about one of the best segments, the rap battle between the New Day and the Usos, like both teams needed each other to light it up. But really, I think Jimmy and Jay, like, they handled it. They continue to grow when they change up their gimmick every time. But every time they change their gimmick up, we just buy into it instantly. So, yeah, 100%. I think that they're the best tag team of all around.
Was it me next? Sorry, I was like, well, what is the order? Are they the best tag team? Look, they're on a rocket ship, right? Like Roman is maybe the hottest wrestler right now. Just on the biggest brand, has risen above the thousands of storylines they try a week to have the top thing now for 6 months. He's been just dominating.
Yeah.
6 months now since he came out with Heyman. It has been nonstop. This guy is the best story. The Usos are part of that. So they're riding a wave. I think that talent-wise, they're incredible. I think on the mic, I agree. They're both good on the mic, which is very rare for a tag team. I think they're great. My only question is, storyline-wise, where do they go without Roman? Because they're going to have to break to rise even further, and I don't know how that happens. But they're incredible. They're incredible. It's hard to say top because of just how much energy WWE has never, I felt, put too much time into its tag teams, particularly, Dolph Ziggler and Robert, it's what are we even doing? So it's like it's never been their priority, which is fine. They're always been big guys. That's been the priority. Is big guys winning championships is the WWE priority. Works great. AEW's put so much effort into their tag team division. That's, I think, the pride of that company. So I just do think there's a lot of great teams over there, but I love the Usos and I think they're incredible.
It's funny though, because you bring that up, right, about AEW's tag team division, and it is stellar, right? It is on point. But I feel like if you took the Usos out and you put them in AEW, they sit right at the top. Like, if anything, they're sitting right next to the Young Bucks.
Yep, in the same way. Yep, and I was going to say exactly the same way FTR did, put him into AEW. But I think the great thing about FTR, and the thing FTR is, I think, very much enjoying, is they've got 10 great tag teams that they can wrestle at any time in AEW and have a great match.
Right.
In WWE, they're going to chuck two people together for FTR to fight every couple of weeks, but it doesn't carry the same weight. AEW cares about its tag teams, and it shows. And once they start this I think there's going to be a three-person championship. I think it's going to get even better.
Yeah, but like going back to like, it's fun now. We're gonna have like this kind of debate. But with WWE, like if you've noticed, like the tag division has revolved around the Usos. Like teams have come and gone left and right. It doesn't really matter. But it's always been like the Usos, and even so, like the last 6 years, right? The New Day, like that's the staple of like the tag division, hands down.
Yeah.
And then when you put like, and just like you mentioned, right? If one of them gets injured, right, Jimmy or Jay, right, get injured, or they get arrested for some reason. We see that they hold down these singles matches so well. And the problem with the Young Bucks is that when we watch Matt and Nick Jackson do their single run, was kind of iffy at best. And even just recently, last year, when Matt got hurt with his back injury and he was coming in and Nick was trying to run, like I didn't really believe Nick to be a challenger. But what I did believe that Jay could beat Roman in a Hell in a Cell match. And I did believe that Jay could win the U.S. title. And I did believe that Jimmy could win the Intercontinental title. So I believed those guys. But it's hard for me to believe that when they split, right? It's hard for me to believe that Nick and Matt can carry a singles title by themselves.
Yeah, I buy that. I agree. And that is true. That is the difference. Is the Usos, every time you split them up, they do just fine. Like, because they're both such good talkers. It's just, again, it's so rare to have two talkers like that.
Yeah.
They're great.
Anthony.
So are we talking like overall right now, or are we talking like build up? I like this question is so like vague. And so
the best all around tag team today,
right now,
like right now.
No, they're not
all time.
Asking their own
all time, and that's very like we can debate that for hours.
Okay.
All time.
So then no, they're not even best in their own company right now, in my opinion. Right now, for over the past year, I have fallen in love with the Street Profits. I love their promos. I love their athleticism. I feel like Angelo Hawkins, if they break up, he'll do good in the singles. Montez Ford, he is so athletic. I think he'll do well. So do I think they're all around right now the best? No. And it might change if we don't have a stable of champions, but right now, no.
The Street yeah.
It's not an insane statement. I will say that. I don't agree, but I will say I do think that what you did there was good points made.
Yeah, like it's not.
I don't know if I'm gonna give it to you, but
man, the formality.
Like it's not far off.
Yeah.
But like so like we got to look at it like this, right? The Usos were a top team. Let's take it back. Let's take it back over to the new, to the new gimmicks, right? Or the not even that new, the gimmicks now. Remember when they had the face paint? They were rocking the shorts and doing the war chant. They were the hot team even then. But that was even before. That was before the New Day even was a thing. That was when I think at that point in time WWE had one of the better tag divisions, because that's when we had you had the Hart Foundation with Tyson Kidd. Who else do we have? Oh gosh, now I can't think of any other tag teams besides them.
Well, the Dudleys had made a return.
Who else? Oh God, can't think. But they were hot then, and they were doing stuff like we weren't even like, but we were like shocked even at that point in a tag team at the time. So I think even when they switched over to the gimmick now, it's like they upgraded themselves. So because they can talk, they were talking even then. They were charismatic then. They're even more charismatic now. So I think the Usos don't get the credit they deserve because of the fact that there are, the Young Bucks and there's, FTR, which, by the way, they're not those, not to discredit those two because those two teams are good in their own right. But I do believe, I wholeheartedly believe that the Usos, if you can put them on with two broomsticks and they will have a 5-star match classic. Like, let's not forget who was that team facing the New Day on the pre-show of SummerSlam, where it was the best match of SummerSlam, and it was for free.
Fair point.
Usos. Let's not forget that team with the New Day in a Hell in a Cell, which had probably goes down in one as the top 3 Hell in a Cell matches of all time. It was the Usos. Like they don't miss. Like the Usos don't miss, and I have never seen. I cannot. And if somebody who's watching on a live stream want to comment, and if you can think of something, I can't think of a time when the Usos has not delivered. Period. As far as they've been in a team, as far as been in the WWE, I can't think of a time where they have not delivered.
But I'm fully with you with that, and I'm on board. Don't get me wrong. You have to give the Street Profits time like you gave the New Day.
I agree.
Right now, right now, because the New Day hasn't, or not the New Day, the Usos, because the Usos are just coming back because of the injury. Right now, the top tag team right now has to be the Street Profits because they've been in and out over the last 2 years.
Would you put the Street Profits over the Young Bucks?
Yes.
You put them over FTR?
Yes. FTR is a hard one. FTR is a hard one because, but yeah.
You would put the Street Profits over FTR?
I will tell
you.
We
want the smoke. We want the smoke.
What are you drinking today?
I'm beating diabetes with an iced tea, motherfucker.
Hey.
What's mixed with the iced tea, Anthony?
Yo.
Water.
All right, Lou.
Hey, let's go. Way to be healthy. I like to see it.
Let's be real, okay? And this is what we're really essentially arguing, right? Is that we've established that Jimmy and Jay, right, as a singles competitor, can hold down a brand. Nick and Matt, can kind of hold it down. We know Cash and Dax can hold it down. But what we do know about the Street Profits is that there's only one star on that team. As much as we like Angelo, he's not the star, man. Montez is the star. And if that was the case, Angelo was a star, he wouldn't have been on NXT or in the Performance Center as long as he was.
Yeah.
Well, but it's old-fashioned tag team. To me, it's an old-fashioned tag team where Angelo, I think, is a great talker. And Montez is obviously the star athletically. So they work very well together. I think that's what makes them work as a team, is that they bring, whereas this is what makes, to me, the Usos so unique, where it's like either of them are capable any night of being the athletic one or the talker. They can both do both. But to me, with the Street Profits, I mean, also, why are we even talking about the Street Profits in the same sentence? I have no clue why. But I have no clue how we ended up in this circle. But it is what it is.
But to be fair, though, I actually think Montez Ford is a better talker than Angelo. When he gets the opportunity to talk, he shines. But Angelo is just Angelo is just, he's the base of the team, which by no means there's nothing wrong with that. It's just he's the base of the team, and I just think that you're great to be kind of set the foundation. But whenever we see guys like Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels, we clearly knew Shawn was going to be breaking out as a star. When you look at teams like the Outsiders, which is a rare team, right? Both guys are phenomenal. But we also kind of know Kevin Nash was always going to be the dude. But it just goes back to where we look at these teams, and you kind of already see with this one as well, because it's Enzo and Cass. is another perfect example. Crime Time, right? Same thing with Crime Time. Like, even though, like, we saw Shad, rest in peace, as well as JTG, like, Shad was always going to be the muscle, and he was a guy that was going to be getting a push, but then they decided not to and put him in that NXT. But JTG was the athletic mouthpiece of the team, and they just knew how to work. And it's just, to me, when I look at those teams and compare them to Street Profits, I look at Montez Ford, and I'm just like, Montez is great on the mic. Angelo is as good as it gets. Like, he's good as well, but it's just Montez is a phenomenal talker.
I want to get JJ's point on this. JJ, what you got for me? Are the Usos the best all-around tag team today?
Yes. Shut up, Blue.
Usos and Roman.
Shut up, Blue. Yeah, I believe so. Even though they haven't wrestled as a tag team yet, really, they're still the hottest thing with Roman in the company. Now, if even though, as Lewis was saying, like they've been in and out the lineup for the past 2 years, they have shipped each other even without their presence being there, or without one of the others' presence being there. We look at just like the story was Roman. We knew that when the other came back, that they about to be popping, like it's about to go down. And even with the storyline, how they're going now, it works. And it's just like it's a matter of time. Like, when are they going to be the champions? We look back at, even as Chaz was stating, throughout all, like, how long the Usos been in the company now?
Jeez, man. Well, as long as Tamina's been, because they debuted together.
Yeah, 10, 12 years.
Yeah, something like that.
Somewhere around there. Yeah, like they've been holding it down. They are the anchors of the division. So I would say, yeah. Like, why not? Yeah.
And just to add to that, right? Think about it like this: we're talking about them, and they have not even wrestled a match yet again.
Bingo! There we go. Thank you.
Like as soon as Jimmy came back, what was everybody talking about? They were talking about the Usos. They weren't talking about just Jimmy. Like, they were, oh, Jimmy's back. No, they were saying, oh man, the Usos back. The Usos, it's the Usos. Like, they haven't wrestled. I think it's been a year? Jimmy's been hurt almost. I think it's been like a year. He's been out. Something like that. He's close to.
A long time.
And what showed up? Boom! What we're talking about? Oh, the Usos, tagging team. Usos going to take the Smackdown tag titles. So if obviously, because that's the pulse of wrestling nowadays. If they're off jumping up Usos right then and there, I think that holds some weight to the fact that the Usos, you can argue if they are not, but they're in that top 3 teams of all time. I think they are the best all around. I think you put them up number 1, you put number 2 as FTR, and you can argue with the Young Bucks number 3.
Yeah, you said all time, bro.
Nah, not all time.
Okay.
I did say all time.
I was like, hang on a second. Some wild things are being
I didn't mean that. No.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I was like,
correct me. Yeah, no, not all time.
Bro,
best tag team of all time is Tully and Arn.
Yeah.
Tully and Arn takes that all of all time. That's just me.
Got it.
But yeah, it's this. Yeah, the Usos are, man. The Usos are. It's just
Only reason you're saying that is because they're your distant cousins.
No, I mean that just because of my distant cousins. I was saying that before I found out they were
really
my
cousins.
Yes, they are.
Let's go.
The fuck out of here.
Yes,
Hey, let's go.
Yes,
Yes.
they are.
I am a part of the Anoa tribe of Samoans. Okay.
You're part of annoying the tribe out of me.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. I hate when my mom does shit like that. Well, you gonna
She
do
does it all the time.
Like, God.
You see Chaz though? He was like this. Yes.
Anyway, any final thoughts?
Yeah.
Usos.
Fuck the Usos and fuck Roman.
You're just mad that you're not Roman and that you're not part of the family and you're not in the gracious of the head of the table. You suck, Lou.
Right, you just guess what? It's okay though, because guess what, Lou? Guess what? I bet you this though. I bet you Cliff has a seat at the table.
Yep. Right next to Jimmy.
And I bet you, guess what? You know, Andy, you don't have a seat at the table. You know where you're sitting at?
With El Chapo, duh.
No, you're sitting with the dog.
The real good
food eating dog shit. Moving on.
The good food with El Chapo. Rice and beans. Tamales.
You're sitting at the kiddie table. That's where you're sitting.
Shut the fuck up, Cliff.
All right, Cliff. Before we move on to if I had the pencil, let's get the let's go check the chat and see what everybody's been talking about on the live stream.
Well, there's been like some connection issues with us, so like I just see like people I can barely see when people are typing in, so I know like we are getting some people like writing some funny ass comments, but unfortunately like I can't read them, so it's kind of making things tough. But someone says, yeah. Oh, actually, here's one. I love this comment. I'm gonna read it to you right now. Chaz, you are about half the size of a Samoan. That's.
I know who probably said that too.
Yep. And the Mulkeys could kick all their asses. Okay, sure. But yeah, there you go. And Anthony, did you grab that red cup because you want to test it? Is that your piss cup?
He said Chaz. Rich said, "Hey Chaz, did he get that cup for a piss test?"
Yes, talking about you, motherfucker.
I'll fill it right in front of everybody. I ain't afraid.
Yo, get out of here. I'm about to boot you out of this room. We already get demonetized as it is. We're not getting pulled.
Rich also said Chaz is at the kids' table. It's because he can barely get up there.
Anyway, so all right, cool. Thank you everybody for chatting with us, giving your funny comments, and how do you feel that?
Wait, what are you talking about, Amanda? Lou, you got room to talk? Like what? I got plenty of room to talk.
Amanda's awesome.
Amanda,
shout out to Amanda.
I feel like Lou would
Hey,
have
way to go, Amanda. Hey, way to be, Amanda. I got your back. Don't worry about it. He's in. I've just met him, but he seems like an angry man. Don't let him push you around, Amanda.
Dog shit. The fuck are you saying rice and beans is dog shit, Amanda?
Amanda, you stay strong. You stay who you are.
Yes, stay strong, Amanda. Don't let him bully you.
Oh, yeah, don't let him bully you.
We don't let.
All right, now.
Don't bully unless you're bullying me. Wait.
What? All right, so here we go. It's time to play If I Had the Pencil. All right, WrestleMania Backlash. That is the most dumbest name for this show.
WrestleMania SummerSlam.
I'm waiting for them to call it that. I'm waiting
on it too. I know it's gonna happen.
But here we go. WrestleMania Backlash is tonight. I think it's about to happen like 40 minutes Eastern Standard Time. So let's get right down to it. This is our predictions. If I had the pencil, my favorite game. Let's see here. So, for those of you who don't know about If I Had the Pencil, then let me get you. It's our prediction game. We kind of predict. If we had the pencil, they say in wrestling, the most important tool is the pencil because that tells you if you're winning or if you're losing, and it has an eraser. That's the most important part is the eraser. So we have a Golden Pencil Award, season 1 Golden Pencil winner, the Red Dog here. And so you go ahead, Anthony, say your piece. Go ahead, say your piece as you do every time.
You know what? I'm gonna be nice today. I'll be nice.
Anthony says there's some fraud going on.
I think there's some favoritism to your to your coach.
He believes that the people who ran the election are the same people who did the counting for if I had the pencil.
About right. That's a fucking about right.
I knew you were
fucking Baltimore Community College math over there.
I don't care. It got me the golden pencil. That's all I need.
This is bullshit.
But yeah, so you're welcome to join with us. So we're gonna see, if we get these right. So it's a prediction game. It's fun. We predict, predetermined scripted wrestling like a bunch of nerds.
Way to be.
Exactly. So here we go. If I had the pencil, let's start off with the WWE Championship match. The almighty Bobby Lashley is defending his title in a triple threat match against Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman. Cliff, if you had the pencil, who's going over?
Bobby Lashley.
Lashley. Lou, if you had the pencil, who's going over?
I don't have the pencil because I got cheated out of it, but I'm gonna go Bobby Lashley too, unfortunately.
You said unfortunately?
Unfortunately.
He's our armed.
What?
He's our armed brother in the. He's our brother in our services,
Right.
man. Like, don't do that.
He is. But WWE pissed me off at WrestleMania. But
Why?
why? Because Drew carried Raw for a full year, and he won the title with no one in the stands. WWE had a rumor out there that they're gonna give him his true WrestleMania moment and have him win the title at WrestleMania in front of fans, and then last second pulled that.
And this is what Anthony did. He wrote a story, and the story didn't play out the way it worked out, and he was like, "Fuck this story, man. This company's shit."
It's so funny. I actually felt like the way to do it to honor Drew is to not have him win this time, and then now in 3 or 4 years we get our Drew. Drew will have a run. He'll get his WrestleMania moment. It'll happen. The whole story will be built around Drew never got his moment. He never got his moment. In 3 or 4 years, he gets his moment.
Aren't fit. Let's not act like wrestling's like. Because I'd be honest, as soon as Drew would have won that, everyone of Drew would have hated him.
Exactly. Now it's done,
and it would have killed everything. And then that WrestleMania moment ain't a WrestleMania moment anymore.
Genius.
So can't you?
I'm just saying that's.
By the way, thank you, Bobby Lashley, for your service. One to another.
Danny, if you do that, back over, man.
So if I had a pencil, is it prediction or is it what I would do?
It's a prediction. It's a prediction.
Just prediction. Right. Then I probably go Bobby Lashley.
JJ.
Bobby, easily. Like this is like, come on now. It's not rocket science.
Braun's taking the pin.
Most definitely.
Yeah. I'm picking Lashley as well, and I was gonna go the extra mile and saying, Braun's taking Braun's doing the JOB. So I got Lashley. Alrighty, moving on. We have the Universal Championship match. My tribal chief, your tribal chief.
My tribal chief.
The man that sits at the head of the table, the Roman, the Roman Reigns is defending his Universal Championship against Cesaro. We all know who I'm going with. I said it earlier. I'm going with the tribal chief, my tribal chief, your tribal chief, the man that sits at the head of the table, Roman Reigns. Who you got, Cliff?
I have my tribal chief.
Lou, who you going with? Cesaro, so you can get another L?
Whatever, cheater. Just like in a wrestling match, you're cheating on our fucking pencils, you fucking cheater. I'm going with your tribal chief, not my tribal chief, but I will pick Roman.
I didn't vote for him.
Fuck you, Joe Biden. I didn't vote for you. I'm paying.
Oh my God. JJ, who you
Not my president.
JJ, who you picking?
Roman.
Big Daddy Roman.
Big Daddy Roman.
You're Big Daddy, huh?
Damn right he is.
Big Daddy Roman.
Danny, who you going for?
I'm going Roman, obviously.
Smart man. Genius.
Yeah, so
We
genius.
haven't done
How you're
so
not
long.
seeing how this all plays out.
Genius.
All right, moving on. Same. We're sticking on SmackDown on Fox. We got the SmackDown Women's Championship. We got Bianca Belair defending her title against Bayley.
Karen.
Let's just say, as JJ would say, Karen. So, JJ, who you picking?
I'm expecting Karen to get whipped with that hair.
All right,
Bianca's winning.
Bianca it is. Danny, who you got?
Yeah, I'm looking at the full card because there has to be one title that changes hands, and where is it going to happen? So they're not going to do a full pay-per-view, and it doesn't. I don't think it happens here. I'm going Bianca.
Bianca. All right, Lou, who you got?
I'm going with the EST.
The EST of WWE. Lou. I just said Lou. Cliff, who you got?
You can't be getting the Latinos mixed up like that. That's not cool, JJ. I mean Chaz. I'm gonna go with Bianca.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if WWE takes it off of her and gives it to Bayley because they don't like their black women champions.
Listen, they're gonna.
I said it. I want, but
Look, if they have her lose it right now,
I want Bianca to have the title for a while because I love Bianca.
Listen, if that happens,
we ride it. Me and bro.
I will be having a fit next Sunday. I'll tell you that right now.
If it happens, I'll be in Baltimore riding with you, burning down federal buildings.
I'll be in Stamford, Connecticut myself.
Let's go storm Titan Tower in Connecticut.
Yeah. Fuck that place.
Yeah, why don't you guys go out there and tweet about it?
I do tweet about it, actually.
I would.
Twitter very well.
I definitely would.
Everybody who follows me as a fan does not like wrestling, and therefore every time I tweet about wrestling, I just see my follower count go down. So I can't tweet about anything ever.
Well, you got at least 4 here. That
I'm about to say, yeah, we'll retweet it. I'll retweet it.
I'm not following this joke.
Yeah.
I'm just playing, man. I'm just playing. I will be.
All right, let's see here. So, I'm picking Bianca. I'm picking Bianca. All right, moving on to USA Network, Monday Night Raw. Oh, it's a boring 3 hours. We got the Raw Women's Championship and another triple threat match. We got Rhea Ripley defending her title against Asuka and the Queen, Charlotte Flair. Danny, if you had the pencil, who you got going over?
All right, so this is going to be my title change pick because it has to be one. So, Charlotte. Is he okay? What happened to him?
That's epilepsy.
No, tough to see. You hate that. Hate to see it.
It works every time. It works every time, though. You mentioned that name.
Come back to me.
He just has a fit.
Come back to me. I'm finding that in my head.
Okay. Cliff, who you got?
JJ, are you okay? Can you at least give us a thumbs up? Yeah, cool. So I'm going to go with Charlotte as well.
Really?
Yeah.
There's got to be a title change.
Hey, remember, I had to learn the lesson the hard way, okay? You don't bet against a Flair.
That's true. You don't bet against a Flair.
Don't say that. God damn it. Fuck
because, and the thing is this, right? I'm going to take this moment to bet against a Flair.
You'll learn.
I've learned. And what? I'll learn. I'm the one that was telling y'all don't bet against the Flair. I just don't think they take it off of Rhea. I do not think that's going to happen. At least not now. I don't think Rhea's going to have a long reign either. I think she holds it till SummerSlam. I think SummerSlam, when we get Rhea versus Charlotte 1-on-1, I think that's when Charlotte takes it.
Don't do this.
Are you going 0 belts change tonight?
No, I think so.
No, there will be.
There has to be one. That's the thing. You have to start playing
this one. Because I'm going to follow
I
Chaz,
think
and I'm
the
saying
SmackDown tag titles is where the title change coming. I think the Mysterios are going to take the title.
the Mysterios are going to definitely take the titles.
I think the Mysterios are going to take the SmackDown titles. I think that's the title change. But I just
you want me to be the bear of the bad news for you there, Danny?
Stop it. Don't say anything. No spoilers allowed.
I'll spoil the fuck out of this right now. I ain't afraid.
What do you have? Sources? What do you think?
He has a mute button.
So yeah,
It's called El Cucuy.
I'm going with Rhea. Like I said, I don't think Charlotte takes it tonight. I do. We all know Charlotte's going to take it sooner or later. That's just they don't know what to do with Charlotte without having a belt on her. So
she's the best heel in the women's division. She's really the only one.
She is. She
Is she a heel? I never can tell. She's like Big Show. She switches every 3 weeks.
That's also true to a certain extent, but
to a certain not to a certain extent. That's very true.
No, because here's the thing.
She's only just some version of heel.
Yeah, thing with Asuka, I was like, she's not a face.
Yeah. She just was that. But it's like she's always a heel. She's never. At some points they're going to turn her, but she is not. I don't think she's made a full effort.
No.
Nor do I think she should. She's the best. She's the only heel they have.
Absolutely. So, Josh, who are you going for? We know you're picking Charlotte. So Asuka or Rhea?
The shovel out for Asuka.
All righty.
Because you know Charlotte ain't taking no pin. She never does.
So who are you picking?
So you're picking Charlotte now. Because whenever you use that term shovel, that means you're picking Charlotte.
Say it.
Are you picking Charlotte? You better say it. Say it.
Say her name.
I mean, there's no one around you.
There isn't. Because you're, by yourself.
Right now I am. I have a roommate.
That name.
Rhea.
Yeah, baby.
I knew you were.
Okay.
You didn't have the balls to say Charlotte.
So I could see Charlotte winning and maybe Alexa Bliss targeting her. That would be really cool. But I think that they just got to keep riding this, just through SummerSlams, and then let Charlotte beat Rhea Ripley for sure. In this one, because there will be a title change, but it's not this one.
Alrighty then. Moving on to the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Alrighty, here we go. We got Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, your favorite uncles, going in a tag team match, player, versus Dominic and Rey Mysterio, father and son duo versus your favorite uncles.
Pick me.
And the Family Feud Warfare match. I just made that up. Who you got, Cliff?
Oh, you fuck you.
Booyaka.
We know you.
Damn it.
We know you're not gonna go get
Fuck
your
you.
wrestler.
I fucking hate you, Chaz.
Why?
Because I was going to do that.
Oh.
I was trying to. That's why I was like, pick me. I want to take it from Cliff.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead. Lou, who you got?
First off, no, fuck you. But I am taking the people that will be sitting with me at El Chapo's table, the Mexicanos, the Mysterios.
Danny, who you got?
I do not think it's the two. I think it's but it's not tonight. They're gonna get him when there's fans.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
JJ, who you got?
Now that it's my panel. Damn.
Ron Simmons said that.
He did.
Said it a couple times actually.
Several. Anyway. Money Mo. Rey Mysterio. Never mind, that isn't where I'm. So I'm going Mysterios.
Mysterios.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go with my original pick that I had in mind.
Yeah, I'm going with the Mysterios as well. I had them winning as soon as I saw Dolph take the pin to Dominic on SmackDown 2 weeks ago. I just had in my mind, I was like, yeah, they're winning. And I can't not see them winning. But then again, WWE, they've stared me wrong before. So, but I got the Mysterios taking the tag belt so they can be that first father-son duo to win tag titles. Alrighty, moving on. Yeah, moving on. The last match. On the card, we got a lumberjack match. Forgot about this match. Damien Priest versus The Miz.
How could you forget about this match?
It's a lumberjack match. Totally forgot. All right, Damien Priest versus The Miz. I don't know. Cliff, who you got?
Yeah. I got the Archer of Infamy. Let's go with Damien Priest.
All right, who you got, Lou?
I got awesome.
All right, you got it.
You can never just stand with our people, can you? You just
I love
Mysterios. New Mexican. I don't like Damien Priest. New Puerto Rican. I don't like Damien Priest.
He's like half.
He's all Puerto Rican.
He's like you.
Yeah, great. So that's why I chose him. I represent half and half.
No, I just think that I think that Miz is going to go over on this one, and one of the Lumberjacks, and it's not going to be what the fuck's his name? John Morrison.
John Morrison.
Helping. It's not going to.
Hey, Danny, who you got?
Tough match because who cares? But if I had to pick one, it would be. It would have to be, I think, Damien.
Damien Priest. JJ, who you picking?
All right, so the only way the Miz should win is if Maurice comes out and does some shenanigans. That's the only way. Or else they effectively bury Priest. So I'm going Priest.
Walk on a treadmill and lose her dress.
That was my reference I made 4 weeks ago.
I have literally no clue what that means.
Danny, you have no idea. So do you watch The Miz and Mrs.?
I sure don't.
Yeah. So go ahead. When we all finish this up, we'll challenge you to go check out YouTube. Just type in The Miz and Mrs. when Maurice decided to walk on a treadmill.
In a dress.
And is there a reason why she's walking on a treadmill in a dress? Or I watched maybe like 2 minutes of a Miz and Miss episode. And I was like, at what point does this become a scripted TV show blatantly? Like, it's like, I get that reality TV is like always like a little like, hey, can you guys do this? Blah, blah, blah. Like, it's always like a little scripted. Like, I know that from Hollywood. Like, I have friends who work on that stuff. But I was like, they're saying lines. These are lines. This is a scene. Like, we're not even attempting to do reality TV. It's wild.
I gave them a bit of the doubt. I watched like the first like 2-3 episodes. Then I said, all right, this is not for me.
I love The Miz too much to watch it.
Same. That was my reasoning too. It's like, I like The Miz a lot. I don't to not like him by watching the show.
Right. And I get why the show exists. I have no issue with The Miz doing it for the sake of my relationship with The Miz.
So
let it go.
Because that's what happened. Because guess what? That very reason is why I really cannot stand Natalya.
Yep.
I watched Total Divas, and I had watched Total Divas faithfully for like the first couple of seasons. Mm-hmm. And Natty just pissed me off every time, and I'm like, all she does is cry. And every time I watch her on TV when she wrestles, I'm like, oh, get her off my TV. She's just going to cry after the match. They're going to film this and she's going to cry. Yeah. So I agree with that because, that's why I can't, No, me and Natalya, we moved on. We've gotten a better relationship because I stopped.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that.
I stopped watching it. I couldn't. I stopped watching it. Then I watched it again when Ronda came on because, I love Ronda. So, with that being said, lumberjack match, Damien Priest and The Miz. Lumberjack matches do not go well for heels. That's just the nature of the beast. So, I'm going to go with Damien Priest. Oh, that rhymed. I'm going with Priest taking the dub for this one. So, all righty, cool. Oh, wow, my thing was muted. Didn't even know that. Did y'all hear
You just, for a second, though, we had all of it.
All right, cool. I was like, you're muted. I'm like, how? All right, cool. So, yep, those are picks for Backlash. May the odds forever be in everyone's favor. Hopefully, Anthony gets a good score this time because, Anthony, you have not been doing good the past couple of pay-per-views.
Dude, I don't fucking trust any of your fucking math because you won't tell us the scores.
I will tell you your score halfway through the year, and that is at SummerSlam.
I don't trust any of it.
That's fine. You can't trust it. You don't have to trust it.
It's not correct. You don't know how to
What
math.
happens is, though, when
Why can't you keep track of you do have all the information.
I know.
That's what I say.
And I went back last year.
Like, it's not like you don't know your.
I went back last year. We'll just leave it at that.
Well, okay, I'm just saying, like, you don't have to. You don't have
Let's leave it at that.
Trust, but do trust and believe.
You don't like me. You don't like me.
I love you.
You don't. No, fuck you. No, you don't. Get the fuck out of here. You don't like me. For some reason, I think it's a Mexican. You don't like me. You like Indian. You don't like me because I am Mexican, and we'll just leave it at that because you know.
Whoa.
That was a lot of unnecessary violence there.
All right, let's move on to the greatest segment in all of 3 Count podcasts. It's time for the Red Dog Power Rankings.
Wow.
Shut the fuck up, Josh. We're done.
All right. Let's get into this, right? So I did mention this match at the beginning of the show. We're going to mention it again. Honorable mentions right here. We're going to start off with Angelina Love over Quinn McKay. Ring of Honor. Loved it. Was all about that match. So we're going to get into our next honorable mention, which was Rhea Ripley versus Asuka on Raw. Another honorable mention, we have Kyle O'Reilly versus Oni Lorcan on NXT. We have Damian Priest versus John Morrison on Raw as part of an honorable mention. And then our last honorable mention match is MSK versus Breezango on NXT. So let's get into the top 10. Number 10, Pac and Orange Cassidy on AEW. Now, this match could have been rated higher, but because of the injury that happened to Orange Cassidy, I kind of had to knock it down some pegs. So, unfortunately, it was going to make the top 5. Moving into number 9, we got Raquel Gonzalez versus Mercedes Martinez on NXT. It was a fire match. I love that match. Number 8, we have Ace Austin and Madman Fulton versus Triple XL. Rohit Raju and Shira and TJP and PD Williams at Under Siege. So if you guys haven't checked out Under Siege, go check it out. Number 7, this is Danny's match. This is the Young Bucks versus SCU at AEW Dynamite. I agree. This was a great match, but I was like, compared to some of these other matches that I'm going to be announcing, it fits right where it fits. So we're going to jump into number 6 with Fire and Flavor versus Jordan Grace and Rachel Ellering at Under Siege, because that women's tag match was incredible. So if you guys haven't checked it out, please go watch, because great storytelling in that one. Number 5, El Phantasmo versus TJP versus Ace Austin versus Rohit Raju versus Ace Romero versus PD Williams on Impact itself. That is number 5 match. I have to say, one of my favorite spots of all time actually done on that match as well. So guys, go check it out. Number 4 is Anthony's match. Miro versus Darby Allin on AEW. Let's be real. That was an amazing match. We're going to go into number 3. We have Josh Alexander versus El Phantasmo at Under Siege as well. I have made it no secret that my favorite division in all of wrestling is the X division on Impact, and at this one, it still takes the cake. So number 2 is Kushida versus Santos Escobar on NXT. That 2 out of 3 falls match was fire. Let's be real. So that leaves us with our number 1 match, and our number 1 match does come out of AEW. It was also part of our temp check, and got to give it up to Jon Moxley versus Nagata on AEW Dynamite. So there's your top 10.
I have one problem.
Sure. Don't you always?
Why isn't Tamina and Natalya number 1?
It's time to go. It's time to go. So with that being said, shout out. Thank you, Danny, for coming on the show.
Like, my pleasure.
Like this. You are.
Thank you for surviving, JJ.
Yeah, shut up, Josh. Yeah, you are more than welcome to come back anytime, my friend. Like, consider yourself an official member of the 3 Count Podcast
with the 3 Count Podcast shirt on.
You send me a shirt, I'll wear it.
No, ProWrestlingTees.com/3CountPod.
You're gonna make me buy the tee. You're gonna make me buy the tee.
I had to buy mine.
Those 2, I bought both those.
Yeah, Cliff bought his. Chaz bought his. If you want to be part of 3 Count, you got to buy your own shit.
It's unappealing, but I will look into it. And
when you're buying it, make sure you get a 2XL and send it to me too.
Okay.
Anyway, Danny, let all of our fans and followers know where they can find you at on social media.
Yeah, so at Danny Jolles, Jolles, on all social media. I also will plug, I have a free special on YouTube. There's 6 parts, easy, including a 5-minute joke about professional wrestling in it that I'm very proud of. And then the last thing I say on every podcast I do is, and I think actually this applies so well. So I'll say stand-up comedy and professional wrestling are similar to hockey. They're great on TV, but it's just a different experience live. And so please, if you are watching this, if you have not been to a live stand-up comedy show or a live wrestling show, go and see it live. It's a different experience. You'll thank me. That's it.
Followed you.
Absolutely.
Thanks, buddy.
Absolutely. So with that being said, thank you for listening. If you made it this far, I always have to say if you made it this far, because this show gets real quick. So if you made it this far, thanks you for listening, for watching. Follow us on all our social media, 3 Count Pod or 3 Count _ and don't type in THREE because you won't find us there. You might find it 3 Count Thursday.